Alrighty guys, welcome to today's trade recap. Today is Tuesday, 27th of June 2023, and I was trading the German 30 and the USD Japanese yen. My name is Nick. For those that watch these recaps for the first time, I am a day trader. I trade the 5-minute chart, price action only, and according to my playbook, I take trades here and there on a daily basis. So for me today, it was a break-even day. It was not a winner, not a loser. I did have 3 trades overall, and I briefly want to share them with you. And I think they're quite interesting. So let's start on US dollar Japanese yen first. Now, when we look at US dollar Japanese yen, what I found very interesting. Oops, sorry, that's German 30. What I find very interesting is the following. We are, when you look at this, in a nice uptrend, right? We are in a nice uptrend overall on the daily chart. Now, what I always do and what I always start with is yesterday's high and low. I find this to be very important for a day trader. Oops, not the text. I find this very important for a day trader because you need to know these levels, right? And yesterday's high and yesterday's low happen to be, for me, some good indicators to see what's up. Now, considering that we are in an uptrend on the daily time frame, I was going to the 1-hour time frame as this is part of my pre-market analysis, and I saw some sort of a head and shoulder pattern. Okay, I saw this left shoulder and I saw this head over here. Now, at this point in time, when I was obviously doing this before the market opened, this was not fully developed. We had this candle coming down and playing around this level over here. So to give you some context how I drew the structure then, I was looking for this over here, and I always take body of the candle and the wick. So I was looking at this, then at the low over here, and then I was seeing, either I was thinking about this to be the left shoulder or this down here. Okay, so I went with this one up here. Let me enlarge this a bit. I went with this one up here as the left shoulder and I marked it down. Now what I also did was the following. I also saw that we had aggressive buying over here. So this means that we have some sort of a demand zone down here on the 1-hour. Now when I go to the 5-minute, I need you to see this. This is very interesting when you look on the 5-minute, because as soon as the market opened, and this is London session, London time, as soon as the market opened, it first dipped down into this 1-hour demand zone and then shot up aggressively. Okay, shot up very aggressive. Now on the 5-minute, and you might see that if you have a bit of a trained eye, you might see that this looks like a head and shoulder pattern as well. Okay, not the inverted one like we have on the 1-hour, but more so a standard head and shoulder pattern, which is a reversal pattern. Now you can see that at first, right after this morning fake out or the snapback into this 1-hour demand, you can see that the price failed several times to push through this high, several times. And that's where I maybe went in a bit too aggressive, because I drew my little trend line right here. I saw this snapback. I missed the engulf entry, so meaning I missed this entry over here. This would have been my preferred entry. I missed this one, so I was waiting for a pullback. And once I saw this candle with the long wick over here, once I saw this very nice pullback into this new demand zone, which price just established here because we had aggressive buying, once I saw this pullback into this demand zone, I went long for the first time right here. Now I knew that there's this left shoulder over here, but I was under the impression that there was enough momentum to push the price up, which of course, as you can see, it tried once, twice, and then stopped me out right here. Now what I found interesting next is, and this is the only indicator I use, by the way, which is the moving averages. Okay, I'm only using the moving averages as indicators, nothing else. Now what I found interesting is then that the price shot down, and look at it, it could not close below this wick. You see this swing low? It could not close. It tried to close below, but it could not, and of course it could not even go all the way down. Now it could not close, and we had this half-baked candle over here, which didn't really signify anything. But the next candle was very strong, and the next candle pushed all the way up back here. And this was a very strong candle. Look, this candle almost engulfed all of this over here. It engulfed a lot, so much momentum. And when I saw this momentum candle, and it bounced off the moving average as well. It broke this moving average with a lot of steam. So I felt that this is a worthy position to enter on, and I entered, and my target was up here, and it was in fact this one over here, the liquidity grab. So this is the Asia high, so I was waiting for it to just go a bit above to grab the liquidity, and maybe I was thinking it might turn back around, which it did not. So once this candle closed over here, I took my profit, and yeah, that was it. That was the 2 to 1, a little bit more than 2 to 1 on this trade. So I eliminated my first loser, which was good. I think it was too much, or too hesitant, not too hesitant, sorry, it was too forced, this entry over here, too rushing too much into it. So yeah, this was the Japanese yen situation, USD Japanese yen. And now we quickly go to the German 30. I viewed this play today on German 30 as a higher time frame play. That's how I call these. Again, we had yesterday's high over here. As I told you before, I always go to the daily to mark these down. And I could see on the 1 hour that we had over here some sort of a double bottom, which looked like a reversal to me. And when the market opened, we opened above yesterday's high. And to me, this was very, very interesting, because we opened above yesterday's high, as you can see. And let me also show this to you. We had some sort of a consolidation over here around that Asia opening, some sort of a consolidation. Price broke out and then came up here, and we had that first pullback, and it rejected the daily yesterday's high. So I drew this demand zone over here because we have aggressive buying. Again, when the market opened, it dipped down all the way, could not close, and snapped back. I went into the 1 minute and saw that we had a nice demand zone right here where it snapped back into. Okay, so it snapped back into this demand zone. We are above yesterday's high. There is a clear can close, a demand zone. This fake to the downside gave me enough reasons to enter this trade. Also a trend line, well, I drew it over here, and I was waiting for the potential break. So this candle opened, it pushed down, came to the upside. I went long right here. I didn't have this big stop loss. I put my stop loss below this swing low over here, and I was targeting, obviously, first of all, a 1-to-1, which was up here, to get to a break even point, and then I was targeting, whatever the market wanted to give me. Now, this obviously did not work out, as you saw. Got stopped out nicely on this one. Maybe I should have also taken into consideration that we had on the 1 hour some strong resistance right here. Now, if you look at that, we did have some strong resistance right here, which I was buying into. That could be the reason for me when the market opened and I saw this blue candle pushing to the downside, and then this kind of continuation, but a snap back to the upside. I felt this was like a fake, like a trap, and people, maybe retail traders, went short here, so I could go long, and yeah, it didn't materialize the way I wanted to. And these were all the 3 trades for the day: German 30 and USD Japanese yen. I would say we had on the left side a higher time frame orientated play with yesterday's high. There's some sort of a snapback over here, and here more so of a reversal play together with the 1 hour, but not a clean one as well. Like, I would not say that this is my preferred setup because of this left shoulder resistance. If there would have not been a left shoulder resistance, or the alignment of the structure would have been a bit different, then I think this is definitely one of my A1 setups, one of my A plus double plus setups, which I love. This one a bit less, but this left shoulder made it less of a great structural setup today, and which I saw obviously by going long and getting stopped out. So yeah, this was it for today's trade recap. If you want to learn more about these day trades which I'm taking, subscribe to the channel, stick around, and I wish all of you a great day ahead and happy and successful trading.